for any one of you that it matters to you about organic, chemical-free, everything going in your body, I'm the man tonight that you need to stay with and listen to, because I'm about to introduce you to Mr. Organic himself. Now, this man has an amazing story, and I'm fixing to bring him on in just a moment. Get ready. He's a powerhouse. Right now, we have almost 18,000 of you watching. I'm going to turn you on to a man tonight that is saving lives, literally. This man, I met him probably 10 years ago, him and my wife. Well, my wife fell in love with him and his products. She began taking them 10 years ago and has never missed a month of these products. And I didn't, because I just was not health conscious. I did not see the need in all that organic stuff. But I'm 51 now. I'm losing my hair. I'm losing my looks. My weight is out of control. And I am beginning to understand. And I have people in my church, doctors, that are begging me to get healthy. And the other night, I got a video from this man that I'm going to introduce you to. He's the real deal. And in the video, he talks about cancer. And he had a situation that I hope he tells you about tonight. By the way, when he gets on, I won't be able to get a word in edgewise. This is the most wild, energetic man I've ever met. He's the most colorful man I've ever met. I don't know how old he is, but he don't look whatever he is. And he's going to share with you products he has created that are all USDA certified organic, every single ingredient, and chemical free. And we're adding his product. He's the owner of the company. We are adding him tonight to the Patriots Buying Club. Officially, he is now, he said to me, Professor Toto, call me right now. He said, if you'll call me, I will do something for your ministry and your conservative college to help you financially. And I called the man, and what he did for us, I'm begging every one of you to look at these products tonight. Why? They told him he had cancer. And so what does this man do? His name's Michael. Michael goes to the best cancer center in the world, as far as I know. Very expensive. You got to have the money to go there. According to their reputation, if they accept you, you're going to leave cancer-free, without chemotherapy, without this, without that. If they'll accept you. Well, they accepted Michael into this world-renowned cancer clinic. And Michael said everybody there would come in looking like death. They left full of life, cancer-free, no chemo or anything. So he gets in there, and they said, all right, here's what you got to do. And by the way, we want you to take these products while you're here. And he said, I opened the little bag, and I looked at the products to get me cancer-free. And lo and behold, it was the very products I created, the very type products that I created. And so, long story short, they misdiagnosed Michael. But I want to invite him tonight. I want you to give him your undivided attention. And guys, I'm going to put a QR code on the screen. When you get ready for more information, Organic Heaven, you can go and check out this man and his products. It is my pleasure tonight to welcome to the Conservative College, to Toto's Army of Patriots, my friend that I've known for a long time. He's never done me anything but right. Michael Winegar, welcome to our world tonight. Good evening, Michael.
Hey, I'm sitting outside because it's like 84 degrees out, so I got to love it, right? Got the lights on, got everything going on here. Got the bugs
yes,
coming.
Sir. Yes, sir. Well,
yeah.
I'm glad you took time to come see us tonight.
Thank you. I'm glad you invited me. You know, I think that, and you are right. You know, it was funny. Today I was today was the first day in 4 months, and I was a scratch golfer. So I finally got a group of people that asked me, hey, Mike, and I don't ever leave work. I take, Sunday is the Lord's Day. I respect,
Yes, sir.
that's the time for resting and
Yes, sir.
taking it easy, right? So I haven't, played hooky for, since April. And I went out and we were golfing, and they call me Hollywood, the way I dress and stuff,
Yep.
and one guy always calls me Mr. Pink Pants. So I wore pink pants, and I'm on this golf course today, this morning, and the flags are pink and the hole is pink. And about halfway through that, I turned around and I go, what color are the flags? What color flags are they going to make them? And what color are the cups going to be for a guy who's been misdiagnosed? Because you're right, I did. And I went in, and I had a spot on my leg, and long story short, I told them to take it off. They said we didn't need to for 10 years almost. Finally, they take it off, and they told me I had stage 2 melanoma, and which was cancer. And I immediately, first thing that went through my head was, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? I'm the organic guy. I'm Organic Mike. I've been on TV 8 million times talking about this and that. I make these products. I formulate them myself. Oh my gosh, I was more worried about my company than my own entire life.
Right.
Is, now okay, I'm going to tell you what, nobody wants that phone call. I can tell you today, I still have PTSD from picking that phone up and hearing that. And you're like, whoa, me? What? And your whole money means nothing if you don't have your health, and I'm like, what am I going to do? And I'm this organic guy. And so what happened was, I went down to the, I got this sheet of paper. It said that I got to have these surgeries, and we have to take out lymph nodes now and all this stuff. So I make this appointment. And I knew that it's the most successful cancer research center in the world. So I made time to go down there, called him up, wanted to speak to the doctor. I talked to him a couple times, and on Facebook years ago. And so he knew I was coming, and he said, get down here on Monday. And he was flying back. I didn't know where he was, but he was at the Olympics because his daughter's on Team USA fighting in martial arts. He left the Olympics to take care of me.
Wow.
And he's a good Christian man. It's a Christian research center, hospital too, right? So he says, Mike, sometimes people, come here when it's their last resort. Now, as a doctor, yeah, we can make a lot of money, but I'm not doing that because, I'll try and help them through, FaceTime or Skype. But we have the largest full permanent recovery percentage, meaning that they heal you. You go down there, no chemo, no radiation, they go. So I get down there, like you said, and I didn't see the doctor yet. So I'm at the front desk, and they're like, hey, you got to use this stuff, like you said. Would you bring any personal care? Because I had to be there for 2 weeks. You got any personal care products? Yeah. Throw them over there because you're using our stuff. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, all right, what do you got? They give me a bag, like you said. I went like that. I said, here, you can have those back. What are you talking about? Nobody told me I can have. What? You don't. I says, I make them. I'm the guy who made everything that's in that bag.
Wow.
And then for me to go down there for 2 weeks and it cost $50,000 for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I watched people that got carried in with stage 4 and 5 with 7 days to live.
Come on.
And that's it, 7 days to live. And they're going outside 30 days later. And these are like 70 and 80-year-old adults, and everything in between too. I mean, there's the younger people there, but these were 70 and 80-year-old people, and they were jumping and reaching and thanking God, and
Wow.
and it was crazy. And but I was watching it, and I was like, man, they were in the United States. If they were with Western medicine in the United States, they'd have a headstone already, and they're leaving. And I know 3 people that had only days. Get your affairs in order. And they've been around cancer for 20 years. And then to find out that they were using everything I developed, my entire protocol. Right?
Wow.
And it was,
Michael, that's wild. I mean, that had to make you at that moment feel not your importance. I don't mean it the way it sounds, but the validity of what you're doing for mankind.
Right. And you know what? Here's how this goes. Look, and this is for everybody out there. Now, they've been using my stuff for 10 years and I didn't know it. And it doesn't matter how long it was. All that matters is that all the stuff was there. And you know what? I wasn't aware of this magnitude. But because I got into a situation, right, where I had to go down to this research center. And then I actually visibly saw that they were using this entire product line as their life-saving protocol. And you know what? That was not, the name of the research center is CMN. And that was not CMN showing me
absolutely
the products.
That was a divine moment. That was a divine moment.
Divine clarity. That was God saying, Michael, we've been waiting to heal you. We've been waiting for you to get the proper help. We've been waiting for you so that you can share this message with the world. That these, and I'm saying it like it was said to me, that your products are already helping these souls. Now, Michael, your job now is when you leave here, you need to share this story. Yeah. What happened to you? What is happening to you? It has nothing to do with the dollar amount that you spent down here, but it has everything to do with what God's hands was for me and what God has touched me with my own product. I was using it and he's given me these hands. It's not, God's given me these hands to do these things and make these things and being a creator of a product line through God. And you know what? And sometimes you just need, that simple, kick in the butt and God does that, and allows situations to happen so you can learn from them. And what I learned was absolutely phenomenal. And the thing is that then I was told this when I was there, and it made a lot of sense. And all of your viewers and everybody in the world needs to really hear this, and get it right in your soul. Because tonight, when you go to bed tonight, see, you know what? I'm out here on the porch, but I don't live in here. I look at the neighbor way up yonder, and he's got solar and he's got green sustainable housing and he pulls into his electric car, but he don't live there. We live in here. And what we put inside of ourselves and what we put on top of ourselves. See, let's go back into Genesis. And it's the last 2 passages in Genesis. After earth was created, what did God say? I gave you plants for food. Okay? Plants are food. Plants are life force. Plants are energy. Plants have frequencies. Plants are biomimetic, meaning you can get your your proteins, your minerals, your amino acids, your peptides, everything from plants. But plants are bioidentical, meaning that think about it, in World War I, you want to see how intelligent the good Lord is? Think about this. In World War I and World War II, all of a sudden, they ran out of blood supply for the American soldiers. They had to go to work. What are we going to do? We can't just let them pass away. But
Right.
chlorophyll and blood have the same exact chemical makeup.
Come
It's
on.
only off by one little number. But so what did they do back in those days? They were giving out chlorophyll and coconut water transfusions to these soldiers. And they were becoming healing faster and having more energy and getting stronger, better than getting a blood transfusion. They just was like, what's going on here? But we have to remember one thing too. Plants were man's first medicine, okay? And at the end of the day, we have to think about what happened in here and what did we put on here and all this stuff, because this was told to me. And when you get into that situation, it's even more analytical and OCD, because now, before you go to bed this evening and before you thank the good Lord for the day you had and for his air in your lungs and a heartbeat and the day and a bed to lie on and food to eat and everything that we have to think what we did here and here, because only two things happen. No matter how small or how large we did anything, what was inside of us, what we put inside of us or on top of us, you either participated in your life or you participated in your death. And it's just that simple. And you get to choose. So taking care of yourself is your responsibility. And one thing I can add too is that, think about this, how God speaks to us. Every child that is born out of the womb, you are born alkaline, but you become acidic by behavior. So God gives us a second chance, a new canvas. So I can show you how to do things right within 72 hours, 3 to 5 days. Your body will now become alkaline, an environment where no disease, no illness, no virus, no sickness, no infection, no cancer. Cancer cannot survive in an alkaline environment. And if you're overweight, if you want to call it fat, fat cannot survive in an alkaline environment. I had a guy come into my office, 529 pounds. He had to come in the door sideways. And all he just said was, help me.
Wow.
This is 12 years ago. And all I did was alkalize him, show him how to alkalize, make some behavioral changes.
Yeah.
And he's in the Guinness Book of World Records. In his first year, he loses 239 pounds safely over the age of 51. And today, he still weighs 168 pounds and and models male clothing for magazines. So, you know what?
Let's pick up right there, because we only have so much time, and I want to cover a few more things with you. Number one, you were a rock and roll. You was a rock and roller, correct? Way back in the day.
I was on MTV, yep.
Okay, MTV. But you created a product 20, 30 years ago. I'm talking about the Lollipops. What are they called?
Power Pops.
Power Pops. You became famous. How many of those have you sold?
To date, about 70 million.
70 million Power Pops. And basically, it's organic. Everything in it. Tell me about the Power Pops quickly.
It's a plant-based lollipop that gives people energy, and or helps you lose weight. So it does either or. And everything
in it's organic, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now, You have a word that you use in your marketing that's called Wildcrafted.
Right.
Tell us what Wildcrafted ingredients are if they're not organic. In other words, there's some things cannot be organic, so they're Wildcrafted.
Right.
Explain that when
So
people go
I'll
look.
give you a really good example of that.
Okay.
Right. So if you do anything, I mean, we're in a stage of our life now where people are reading labels because they don't want to get sick. Okay.
Right.
And we see it all over TV and media that you can't watch a sports event and you see 15 commercials. If you got this, if you got that, if you got that, if you were using baby powder, if you got too close to that, and you got all these diseases get in under lawsuits. And those lawsuits are no good if you don't have your health, right? So
Right.
So I tell people to look at organic and wildcrafted ingredients. So organic, well, you got it's certified, USDA certified organic. 5 different agencies had to do all the work to make sure they hit the measurements they need to be, or the percentages and all the things they need to be certified organic. Now, wildcrafted is a real good thing, is like a goji berry. Goji berries are wildcrafted. You have to get them on the south side of the Himalayan mountains. They grow at the top of the mountains like crazy. And so what happens is people harvest them, not us, the people up there, or people in the where is it, in the Caribbean, in the rainforest and stuff like that. They do a lot of wild harvesting. So they pick the berries or the plants. If they damage one in the process of picking it, they have to take the seeds out of the plant that they just took and put them back into the ground for new plants to grow. So wildcrafted is actually even better than a certified organic ingredient, only because it's been there for years, since the beginning of Earth, right? Since the time of creation. And that soil, the roots are so deep, 150 feet down into there, just pulling all that nutrition, and never really got hit by any type of chemicals or sprays. So
now let's talk about, by the way, those watching, if you've got children, you can go get those Power Pops right now. There's the QR code on the screen. Now, let's talk about a few of the products that you offer. My wife, there's one she uses. Go ahead.
Okay, let me say this. For the kids, we got kids pops. So we got lollipops with their vitamins in them.
Oh, the vitamins are in the lollipops, guys. So if your kids won't take their vitamins, get them a bag of lollipops and all USDA certified organic ingredients. What about sugar? No sugar, I'm sure.
No.
Okay. No sugar, but pleasant to the taste. They taste good. Okay. Now, my wife uses a product of yours. She's been using it ever since we met you. Guys, I didn't use it because I'll tell you right now, until you get a little older in life, you think, well, that cost more. Until you begin losing your health, and then you don't care what it costs, because you would rather prevent it than have to pay for hospital bills and diabetic medication and all that. But my wife uses one product daily, 3 and 4 times a day, and it is the droppers that goes in everything she drinks. Would you talk about that? Because I know everybody watching is going to want to go get those drops.
Right. And I got to make a continuation just so everybody knows here. So when I did come back from that leading cancer research center, I came back on July 29th, and then on July 30th, the doctors called me up from that, from the place I went to and got diagnosed, and said to me, you know what, hope you're sitting down. Now your statistic, we made a mistake. So I went through a treatment for 2 weeks, got 3 surgeries that were unnecessary. But, oh well. So yes, your wife with the pH drops, that's what she's using. So in order to get a body alkaline, you have to be at proper pH, right? So there's 6 things that you have to take to get your body to a proper pH. Now you can't just do 2, 3, 1, 5. It has to be all 6 components need to be present, because they work with different functions inside the human body. But she takes those drops. So she's creating an alkaline environment on the inside. So your blood is at 7.365. That's perfect alkalinity. But your blood can only fluctuate a little bit on each side. And if it went any further, you wouldn't be alive, right?
Wow.
But the key is to try and get the body over 7.365, which is perfect alkalinity, right? You measure it with a pH strip. And that's how I can always teach somebody how to do that.
So basically, with these drops, so she'll take, let's say, a glass of tea or whatever she's drinking, and when she puts a drop into that tea, all the acidity dissipates from whatever she's drinking. I mean, even wine, I don't know what all it works.
Wine. Any drink that you have, juices, teas, you put those in there and it neutralizes the actual drink itself. And then as you drink it, then what basically happens is you create an alkaline environment in the body. So here's a really good example of alkalinity, right?
Okay.
Got a fish in a fish tank, right?
Okay.
Let's say you got a little goldfish, right? Well, when the fish is sick, you're not poking it, you're not cutting on it, you're not, doing all this stuff. You're not trying to shove a pill in it. You're not injecting it, burning it in the microwave. You're not poisoning it. You're doing one thing. You're taking the fish out, you put it in this new pH tank, and now, guess what? Your fish lives and it's healthy and it's healthy. And every time it starts to feel sick, just keep putting it in a pH tank. That's what you're doing on the inside of the body. Same exact thing. Yeah.
So what about my spaghetti sauce? Will it neutralize my spaghetti sauce? My Italian sauce with all that acid in it. Yes. My wife uses, say the answer. What's the answer?
Well, the thing is with everybody, what we have to learn with all your viewers, everybody that's viewing this, and this is what, I'll tell you. So be happy that, we're with Shane here, because now you're going to get the real scoop of a human body, right? If you're breathing air, it doesn't matter where you live, who you are, what color you are, what side of the earth you're on. The minute you become 35 to 42 years old, in that window, you lose 50% of your digestive capabilities.
Yeah, let's go there, because that's the next thing I want to go to. Before we go there, because that's where we're going to end tonight on digestion, go to one of my wife's favorite products, your sanitizer. The sanitizer she swears by. She's always spraying it in her mouth, her nose, her eyes. Tell us about the sanitizer.
Right. That's a beautiful product because it is used on everything. It's got all the clinicals behind it. So when you look at Mr. Clean, or you look at Lysol or Pine Sol, those things are so toxic. Oh my gosh, they're so toxic. And you clean a surface and you put something on there, toxic. So the way they measure those types of cleaners in the stores, this is what they do to make them shelf ready. They take a raw chicken and they just grind it on a countertop. And then they put these probes into it. And the key is, what they're trying to do is get these probes, and then a number comes up. They want it at 200 or less, and then it can get sold on a shelf. Okay. So they're rubbing the chicken, right? Putting the probes in. And if it's between 200 to 180, it's never been lower than 180. Now they put it on the shelf, and you don't want to get that in your eyes or your mouth or anything or kids or anything like that. Right.
Yeah.
But our sanitizer, now ours is made with stabilized oxygen, and that's it. We did the test. We rented the machine, did the same exact test that they did, put it in, and instead of 200 or 180, ours was at 8, the lowest they ever saw in the world. And the cool thing about that sanitizer is nothing bad can live in an oxygenated environment. That's all about pH balance. But we use stabilized sanitizer, the stabilized oxygen, not only in the sanitizer, but in our tooth polish too. But with the sanitizer.
My wife was telling me about the tooth polish, the toothpaste. It's got the same oxygen in the toothpaste.
Right.
Wow.
For your viewer, yes, everything's gluten-free. So the thing is in the sanitizer, because it's on stabilized oxygen, and that's it, it's beautiful because you can clean everything with it. The clinicals behind it, everything, right on contact. And then the cool thing is, oh, I think I got a sore throat coming on. Spray some in the mouth, lay back, hold it back there. Guess what? That's liquid oxygen. Nothing bad can live. Boom.
Wow.
All of a sudden, it's gone. It's gone. Or pink eye. People have done it with that, you know.
Well, my wife swears by it. She absolutely loves it. I'll tell you what else she swears by. I'm not going to get into it tonight, but your facial serums, that's what she uses, and she swears by all of that. And so, all right, I want to get to digestion, but before I do, there's 2 more products. I just want you to run through them real quick. You have greens and reds. Many people don't eat their fruits or vegetables, and some people are on diets that don't promote fruits and vegetables. Tell me about the greens. I watched you in a demonstration. You take a scoop of the greens out, and they're literally alive. I've never seen anything like it. Talk 2 minutes, greens and reds.
If you give me about 15 seconds, I'll run in here, and I got that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll keep everybody busy while you do it. Guys, listen and listen well. When you go to the website and look at all of these products, it's not for everyone. I get that. Organic is not cheap, so please don't come at me. Look, organic's not cheap. But if you become a wholesale member, you can buy it like 30 to 40% cheaper. So that option is available when you get there. But please, guys, learn, get on that website, start. He has something on every product called a deep dive. Just go look. Go to the website, click on any product, and then find his deep dive button. And look, this is what you're looking for. Go ahead, Michael.
All right. So he's right. We don't eat enough fruits and vegetables in our life, right? So we make greens, which is your vegetation, and reds, which are all your superfruits. They serve 2 purposes. Greens are for the blood. They're really, really healthy for the blood, but got to have your vegetables, right? And the reds are all about antioxidants, phytonutrients, all these types of things. But we do something that nobody in the world does, because you don't buy a machine to do this. We had to engineer a machine to do this. So whenever you pick a fruit, whether you pick a fruit or vegetable or whatever the case might be, off of a vine in the ground, whatever, the nutritional value of that is about 30 minutes to get all the nutrition out. So we do a process called Phyto Live Dehydration. We bring it down to all whole food nutrition, bring it down to a powdered form. Then we probe it and put a negative 750 megahertz charge on those greens. And basically, then what happens when you can do that, they become live again. All that nutrition is back in there like you just picked it. And when you scoop it out, if you can see this.
Bring it. This stuff's alive. It's crazy. Look at it jumping off. Look at it.
Now watch this.
Go ahead. I see it. Yeah, we see it.
You're going to see it popping all over the place. And then,
word.
It's like it's snowing over here. And it's getting all over me. And so so let's understand. So all our powders, our protein powders, our reds, our greens. So let's understand how that works and why it's like that, right? So 1 scoop of greens is equal to 5.5 pounds of live, raw, green vegetation. Extremely high in chlorophyll, which we talked about before. Yeah. Now the reds are 5.5 pounds of fruits, superfruits.
In one scoop. In one scoop.
1 scoop. And you're supposed to take 3 scoops a day. So think about that. You're getting 17 pounds of vegetables into you, 17 pounds of fruits. I don't know somebody who eats 5 pounds, and it's only like 50 cents a serving. You're never going to get 5 pounds of vegetables for 50 cents, and certified organic. And it's got a negative 750 charge. So what does that mean? That means when you take this product in, the way products work in your body, you swallow them, they go down into your stomach, come over here to the small intestines, work its way through the intestines into the the large intestines, down into the colon, through the colon, and out the back door. Okay?
Right.
So what happens when they got a negative 750 megahertz charge on it? Think of a refrigerator and a magnet. One is positive, one is negative. If you're living and breathing air, we're positively charged. So when you put a negative charge on a product, what's going to happen? It's like a magnet hitting refrigerator. Bam! And it stops and it sticks and you can't pull it off, right? So what happens is now when you take these greens or the reds or the proteins or the protein powder, what happens is you swallow it, comes in, it goes into the intestine, but because we're positively charged, that's negatively charged, in the small intestines, it assimilates, it absorbs all into our body. It's called isotonic, meaning that it absorbs before it even gets into the intestines and in the large intestines. And boy, do you feel it. Bam!
Wow.
You know you're taking it when you take something.
Wow. And so you also have it in travel packs for people that travel. They don't have to have
we got it
tub.
in sachets.
Okay. You have so many other products, and there's no way I'll have you back on and we'll go through more of them. But you told me the other night, you told me if you had 5 minutes to speak to the whole world, that out of all your products, you have something called PhytoCleanse, which we won't talk about tonight, but everybody needs. You have now, according to you, you have the best probiotic in the world. Okay, and we'll get to that. But I think you put out a $10 million challenge, didn't you, for your probiotic, or am I wrong about that?
For the enzymes and probiotic.
For the enzymes and the probiotics, for any product that can match yours, $10 million. Now, you sent me a video. It's called the oatmeal video. And it has to do with digestion. So I'm going to give you your 5 minutes that you said you want to speak to the world. It's not the world, but it's about 20,000 of the world. And you said digestion is the most important thing. And you've got a product that I've already ordered. It should be here any moment now that you recommend for everyone. Take the floor. Talk about digestion.
Okay. So where do we start? If anybody has any health issues, it doesn't matter what the health issue is, all the way to having the big C, the worst thing in the world. I never say that word, but the worst thing in the world. You didn't wake up one day and went, oh, I got the worst thing in the world. Or you didn't wake up one day and go, oh, how did that get there? No, it takes time for us to get unhealthy. But before whatever it is you got, I don't care what it is you got, whatever it is that's going on inside of you, if a person's not well, that's not, before that happened, this was wrong. And then that over there. And then this was going wrong. And before that, you had inflammation. And before inflammation could even exist inside your body, one, you weren't alkaline. And secondly, your immune system isn't running properly. It's not. So that's not working. And take it one step further back, you had a bad gut, because the only way you can compromise the immune system is having a bad gut. Okay, so we take the health issue and we work our way backwards. And now that we identified where all the root cause is, now we got to start there and then do this. So how would you do that? One, you would do a cleanse with the PhytoCleanse, right?
PhytoCleanse.
Get all the biofilm out within 72 hours so you can reproduce it, because you're hanging on to heavy metals and parasites, and you're hanging on to vaccinations and maybe some medications and all this kind of stuff. Eliminates that. But here's the thing that I told you. I said, look, if I had 5 minutes to talk to everybody around the world and they all listened at one time, the most important things a person needs to take after the age of 30 is digestive enzymes and probiotics, and do them right before you eat. Now, there's a lot of different ways people tell you to take them, but that doesn't work, because you have to regulate it based on what you're eating. So you're going to take this many enzymes and one probiotic. If you got this muscle tissue protein, and if you're eating straight flesh protein, you only need 4. Or anything else, you need 4 enzymes and 1 probiotic. But if you did that, If every person did that, look, 50% of all cancer can be completely avoided by what you're putting inside yourself and good digestion, right? And 46% of that is you can avoid 46% of all cancer by what you're putting on top of yourself. Add those two numbers together, you got 96% chance you'll never get it if you do these two things right. I mean, I like those numbers than if I'm doing the wrong things and those working again. But if a person at the age of 30, the most two important things, because you want to get your body back digesting the way it used to when you were 12, 14, and 15 years old. And your body did the things properly, right? Mm-hmm. That means when food's coming in, your hydrochloric acid increases. That does nothing to do with digestion. It just creates an environment for your organs to start dropping enzymes like crazy. Your pancreas, pancreatic enzymes. Then you got all these other organs in your bodies, and these enzymes are coming in real quick because they know food's coming in. We got to digest that, right? So we lose, like I said, 35 to 40. Between the age of 35 and 42 years old, everybody loses 50% of your digestive capabilities.
Everybody hear what he just said. Listen to that. When you 35 to 40, everyone loses 50% of their digestive ability.
And then after the age of 40, every 10 years you live, you lose 10% more. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a chronic health issue, and that's what will wipe you out because you didn't have the digestion to keep that away. So I was telling Pastor Shane, I said, look, if people started doing this at 30 years old, okay, I'm gonna just hit one health issue that at 30 years old, if people took the enzymes properly, based on what they're eating, and one probiotic just at their meals, you would never have cholesterol problems ever in your life, no aneurysms, no strokes, no heart attacks, no heart disease ever in your life if you did that. And you can start now, and you can eliminate all that. And you know what? I told that to one of the leading cardiologists around the world while I was golfing. And it took him 10 holes to go, you're right. Because the last thing you would have to say at that point is there would be no need for a cardiologist because you'd wipe them out of their job if you did
So everyone watching me tonight, if they go to your site and they say, I just can't afford to live the way I'm supposed to be living, if they had one product to choose from to get started on a healthier life, you're recommending the digestive enzymes. Is that correct?
Enzymes and probiotics go together. They have to.
Probiotics. Okay. Probiotics and enzymes. Now, here's my next question, Michael. I can jump online right now. I can Google enzymes and order them off of Amazon all day long. All the enzymes I want, all the probiotics. Talk to me. Why is the Patriots Buying Club now promoting the best enzymes on the market and the probiotics? What makes them that way?
Because it's like people say, they'll say, well, how do you know they work? Because somebody asked me that. And I said, before I developed them with the leading immunoenzymologist in the world, the guy who's the smartest man in the world about every enzymatic thing that goes on inside the human body, being the smartest guy in the world about every function of the human body. He helped me develop these enzymes, right? And he said to me, how do you know they work? I said, I'm spending $150. It says it on the bottle. He says, well, let's see if they work. And so what we did is we took instant oatmeal in a package, right? When you get the instant oatmeal, pour that in a glass. Then we poured water, one bag of water, the same bag, pour that in a glass, stuck it in the microwave for 3 minutes, get it all nice and hot, and get it all mixed up. Take a spoon and set it in the center. Put it in the refrigerator for about an hour and a half. That's what we did. And then you take the glass out, and you can't shake it out of the glass. You can hold it with the spoon like a popsicle.
Wow.
And then we did a test.
Because the oatmeal is so hardened.
Right. So then we put my enzyme for $150 at that time, 12 years ago. on top of that thing, and it didn't hardly do anything in 9 hours.
So let's pause. You were buying enzymes from somewhere else and paying $150 for them, and you tried them out. Okay, I just want my followers to understand that.
So then he says, "Watch this," and I said, "Okay." And he takes one little teeny enzyme, and he pours it on top, and he gets to scoop, and as soon as he pours it, he goes, "Start counting." I went 1, 2, 3. And he's doing this 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 seconds. It was like water.
Wow.
That's how an enzyme's supposed to work inside the stomach, not like all these other enzymes. So we sat down, we created the enzymes, probiotics, and I only got 11 products on our nutrition line, but they've been nominated for a Nobel Prize in gut health. That's how.
Wow. Your products have been nominated for a Nobel Prize. Wow. Congratulations, Michael. Michael, thank you. I'm going to get you back on because, by the way, let's do this. Would you take 4 or 5 questions before you go tonight from my audience?
Take as many as you want.
Okay. Let's see here. Are the kids' pops soy and gluten-free? Are there any artificial sweeteners?
They are yes, they are. All the things you just said is true. They are.
Okay. So, all right. Cammie Brantley says, I have hypothyroidism. Could I take this? I don't know which product she's referring to, though.
So, all right, I'll make this real quick. Okay. That's what you have now. And like I said, before that was going on, then this, and this. Now I get you on a protocol. Here's what you can say. One day, way back when, I used to have hypothyroidism because I'm kind of like, I said this to somebody. You watched a commercial and the guy in the Lucky Charms box says they're magically delicious. Come over to me with whatever ailment you have. Let me put the protocol together and let's watch all that magically disappear.
Wow.
And the body becomes the miracle that it was actually created it to be.
Okay. All right. I have a question. Amore Agape. Do you recommend exercise with a healthy diet?
I recommend, well, what's a healthy diet? Having the right enzymes and probiotics to absorb the nutrition from whatever meal it is that you're eating. And then it absorbs it into the body, gets all the nutrition out, cellulizes, metabolizes, and then eliminates in 8 to 10 hours. That's what enzymes help you do, right? That's the perfect meal. Exercise, the only thing I would tell anybody, even though I'm in the gym pounding weights all day long, you don't have to do that. If you just, on my cell phone here, look, I got this little thing. It's this little heart app that says health right there. I look at how many steps I take in a day. You know what? 8,000 to 10,000 steps. I had 8,760 today. That's what you want to do. Walking is the best exercise in the world. Better than working out in the gym. So, true story. If you don't have the time, you go make the time. And you keep that on, you're somehow be able to get something to count your steps and get 8 to 10,000 in every day. And most importantly, too, whatever you weigh, divide that in half and drink that in ounces of water every single solitary day.
And put your drops in that water, correct? Yes. Okay. Now, my father has stage 3 liver failure. Is there a product that could rejuvenate his liver?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you what they told me down at this research center. Mike, we use your pharmacy. I go, what? Your pharmacy? We like using your pharmacy here. I go, I don't get it. What do you mean? And they said, God's pharmacy. And they said, look, you have 11 nutritional products. That's it. When you go to the store, think of how long those aisles are. When you go to the vitamin shop, it's one big, huge building, like the size of a backyard. 99.9% of that stuff you never need. But the 11 things I got, here's what they said. Take those 11 things, nothing less and nothing more, and anything. You got that liver issue that's going on? I'll show you. Alkalize that. We'll get together and we'll start alkalizing. That thing goes away. That does go away with alkalizing.
Alkalining. And by the way, if anybody wants to start alkalining now, get the drops. What are they called, Michael?
The pH drops.
The pH drops. Put them in everything you drink.
What I would do.
Go ahead.
If I can interrupt, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the people that have these health issues, I will give you my phone number. And then let me put you on the protocol, because we have 8 billion people in the world. So there's no one size fixes all in anybody. So that means there's going to be 8 billion protocols. So what I'm going to do for the person with the thyroid, we're going to do a little something different than the person with the liver issue. But I'll take my personal time, and you call me up, and I'll say, write this down, and then you know the formula. That's the formula for everything. But now you know it, and I'll do that for anybody.
Wow, I'll tell you, that's one reason I wanted to add your products to our club, because you've always been that guy that anyone can reach out to. Someone says they have a cyst cancer. Would this help them?
So what we do with cancer is we starve to cancer. Okay? Remember, I was in a place, I was misdiagnosed, but I was sent there for a reason. God needed my eyes to see this, that people were getting just days, and people saying, get your affairs in order. And I would watch out the window. They're picking them up out of a wheelchair. And these people were like, and laying them on a bed. And 30 days later, they're running around outside. I'm talking 80-year-olds jumping in the air like they're 10, like they're 5 years old, praising the Lord because they don't have it anymore.
Wow.
To be honest with you, cancer isn't a disease. It's there to try to save your life. That's what it's doing. But it's hard.
Now, let me be clear. We're not giving any medical advice on the show tonight at all, guys. We're giving you common sense. Lady with scoliosis and sclerosis, can any of your products help her?
Yes. So I'll make this really simple. Let's say tonight, 18,000 people at this very second is listening to this.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the deal. I'll probably have to talk to 18,000 people. I don't care what you have. We're going to set up the protocol, and you follow it, and the good Lord allows this miracle to start working the way it's supposed to.
In other words, it's not so much what can I do to fix my problem. It's what can I do to get on the right track so my body will fix my problems.
The body's the miracle.
Okay, got it.
If the body's, hey, how about this one? If the body's able to get in a state of dis-ease or out of balance, the body knows how to get itself back into balance with the proper behavior.
All right, let's do this before we go. We're out of time. Someone goes to the website right now. And by the way, many people are asking, can I become an associate and promote these products? We do have a way you can do that. Go to chemicalfree.info and book an appointment, and we'll teach you how to promote these products. This man has made millionaires out of many people that are out promoting his products. Go to chemicalfree.info, and when you get there, we'll book an appointment with us. We'll help you become a promoter if you want to do that. But for those that don't want to do that, Michael, I think there we go.
Mr. Shane.
So let me ask you.
Can I answer a couple questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because I want to. I was reading some of these things.
Okay, go ahead.
Here, two things I'm going to say for everybody.
Okay.
There's a lady, Tammy. She was saying about menopause. Let me tell you. I have a product that we didn't talk about tonight yet.
Okay.
That when you take this product, any woman with menopause, I've had it since the 90s. 2 days, gone. You blow through menopause without any symptoms whatsoever.
Brother, you finna sell every bottle of it. You make that kind of a promise.
And for Justina and what about? Okay, so I'm looking at all these questions coming through. So if you allow me, I would like to give people my personal cell phone that they can call. And
Wow,
then I can
Michael.
direct them to that website that you're promoting.
Wow.
That way I can
Chemical-free.
work with, I don't care if I
Okay.
talk to 20,000 people. I want to talk to 20,000 people. You tell me what
Wow.
you call me up. Let's set up, and it's going to take 15 minutes at the tops for everybody. And go fix yourself.
Wow. Why don't we do this, Michael? If you would rather set up a Zoom for anybody that would like to promote your products, we can do that. So if you want to give your number, you're a mighty brave man. Go ahead. If you want to do it, however you want to do this.
Write this number down.
Okay, hold on.
Or
Hold on. Let me write it, and I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah. So
go right ahead.
My personal cell phone. Let me tell you my hours. Okay.
Okay.
My hours are 8 a.m. Pacific.
Okay.
To about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
At night. I don't care when you call. If
Boy,
you call me,
what a CEO.
I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, because then it might be on, you'll get my answer machine. But the bottom line is, you leave a message, I'll call you back. And then we'll get you all fixed up. Here's my phone number, you guys.
Go ahead.
310-281-7000. Again, 310-281-7000. Call me and I will help you.
Michael, that is beyond. And by the way, guys, this is the CEO of a large health company. Michael has millions and millions of dollars that flow through his company for these products. And for him to offer any one of you to call him, let me get his name right. Sorry about that. I got that name wrong there.
Yeah, get my name right in case you guys want to look me up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I can also get you into a private group, which I train on all these protocols all day long.
Is that right, Michael? Look on the screen. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. So everybody look him up on Facebook. Listen, this guy loves me, Professor Toto. He loves
They're
my
calling
wife.
already.
They're calling already. I love it. They will. This man will help you. Guys, he is offering to help my church financially for anyone that gets his products. He's going to write a check every month to help us. Thank you, Michael Winegar. I've already ordered. Now, before you go, for somebody watching right now, I've got one lady that wants blood pressure problems. If you said, okay, I know you can't afford every product. We got people that don't have a lot of. If they were to go right now and just start changing their life with your products, give me 4 tonight. 4 that you would say, buy this, 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 and this, just to get your body alkaline or start working on that.
I would say everybody needs to do a cleanse if you've never done one.
Phyto-cleanse.
Right.
Okay.
So that's not going to, it takes 3 days to get the cleanse completely done, and you won't feel it. You're not going to be on the bathroom a lot. It's just wiping out all the biofilm in your body, because you have it in your mouth and your nose, your ears, and all it's an organ cleanse. It's a cellular cleanse. It's a gut cleanse. It's a heavy metals, parasites, everything cleanse. It gets rid of everything.
And you're going to do it one time.
Yeah. But you do stay on it like 1 a day, 1 or 2, depending upon how regular you are after you do it.
Okay. Phyto-cleanse.
Right. Enzymes, probiotics.
Enzymes, probiotics. So let's pause there. You said if I'm eating a steak, I need more enzymes to digest that meat and get it out of my system. That way it's not sitting there for 3 or 4 days in the system. Okay. Whereas if I'm just eating a salad, I don't need as many enzymes. So enzymes, probiotic, phyto-cleanse, greens and reds?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
And B-tabs, the whole thing is when I talk to everybody, and guys, listen, this is really important too. Let me ask you something. I don't want to overlap anything that you do, Shane.
Sure.
On Thursday nights, do you do a meeting on Rumble or no?
Yeah, we do Tuesday and Thursday night.
Oh, because I do it Thursday night. If anybody wants to join us.
Good luck. This Thursday night, I'm not going to be on. I'm going to be preaching a funeral. So this Thursday night.
This Thursday night, guys. So, my name. Okay, I gotta get you my name right. Wenniger. I sent it to you in a private text.
Okay, let's.
I would tell people to like shoot me a text on Facebook, and
I'll get it right. Keep going.
and then you guys shoot me a text on Facebook, and I can put you in the private group, and then you get just on my Facebook page, you're going to get a link, and on this Thursday, I'm bringing on one of the leading gastroenterologists in the world. She spoke on all these stages around the world, and we're going to be talking gut health, right? And I want to answer one question that I was watching that was coming through here.
Now we have some trolls, by the way. You just have to overlook.
That's okay. But somebody did say, Mike, why are you doing this? And I would say, well, why did the good Lord send his son down to do his work?
Right.
Right. We're here on earth to serve people.
It's what you're called to do.
Right. And why don't you tell your people about my hands? Because you said something that I'll never forget in my life. But I would like for you to say it because it gives me goosebumps. And I need some goosebumps.
Yes, sir. What I told you, Michael, when I talked to Michael the other day and he told me, he said, when I went in that cancer clinic, I had an epiphany. I had a moment where I was like, I've designed all these products. And I told him, I said, Michael, your hands created the products, but you didn't design them. Yahweh, God, a divine mind met common hands. Divine mind met common hands and borrowed your hands. It's just like God has never killed a giant ever. David did because God told him to. God has never won a battle for Israel. He told them, I will go with you, but you're going to pull the sword. And Michael, you've pulled the sword that God placed in your mind. And this is health. And I will be the first to confess. My followers will tell you, they've all prayed for me to get healthier. And this is not my forte. Politics is my forte and religion. But I want to tell you that what you're doing has jarred my thinking. And if all you do is save my life, then that sword has not been in vain. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, guys, and thank you for having me on here. I want to leave you guys with one thing here. I am 64 years old. I weigh the same weight I did when I was in high school. Go figure that out. I'm like an alien in a gym. On my little legs, people are like, how does that guy do 3 sets and he's doing 15 reps with 300-pound squats? I mean, it's crazy. And I'm not that big of a person as far as but I do that, right? And then when I was in high school, I would run a 40-yard dash under 5 seconds. And I can still run that same speed, and I didn't lose 1/10 of a second. That's what alkalizing does to the human body.
Wow. Michael, thank you. I pray when I'm 61, I'm half that. Thank you, everyone. Michael Winegar, thank you, and good night, my friend. God bless you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thursday night, how can they find you? One more time, Thursday night.
Well, you got the name up there right now, so all you got to do is go to my Facebook page, send me a little message, and say, "Hey, I was on Dr. Shane's Rumble and Pastor Shane's Rumble, and I will add you to the group, and then you will get. And guys, it's on my page anyway. You'll see the link. Just join us. Just join us. Thursday's going to be awesome. So
Thursday night at what time? What time?
It will be at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 8:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, 7:30 Central. So Thursday night, you all have a hall pass to forsake Professor Toto and go over to Michael Winegar and get healthy. Thank you, Michael. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, that's very unusual for me, but I really felt led to have Michael on my show. Michael has been such a blessing to us. And by the way, I don't know where my moderators are tonight, but we have trolls like crazy attacking us on YouTube. But nevertheless, Michael Winegar is a friend to this ministry. He is a friend to the Conservative College. Professor Toto, go and support what he's doing. Support him instead of BlackRock, instead of Johnson & Johnson, instead of these companies that are supporting non-conservative ideas. Thank you all for faithfully supporting the Patriots Buying Club. You now have a new product. Every ingredient USDA organic certified. Every single ingredient, or Wildcrafted. No chemical, not a drop of a chemical anywhere. So, yes, it is not cheap. I'll tell you up front. But for those that know, you know, and you understand the quality of life is worth every penny we put into it. I want to thank you all tonight for watching me. I love you, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night. I'll be right back here, and then we will only be 7 days away from the overthrow of the fake president. We will be watching the return of Donald John Trump to make America great again. May God bless every one of you. Good night.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I'd thank my lucky stars to be living here today.
'Cause this flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
God bless the USA.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea,
From Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA,
where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Have you considered when you spend your money at these mega corporations where it's going? Are you aware that your hard-earned money is being used to support political corruption? which leads to poor federal leadership, hurting our economy, contributing to the overall detriment of our society. This is heavy stuff to think about, I know, but it's time we fought back. Introducing Professor Toto's The Patriots Buying Club. Here, we are a club that gives you the power to invest in companies that uphold patriotic and conservative values your family can respect. Rather than spending your money with these major corporations, we've partnered with a direct consumer company that offers over 400 high-quality, sustainable, and effective products that can be delivered fast, directly to your front door. So many patriots across America has joined us in this Walkaway movement. Now it's your turn. Go to www.buybywalmart.com to join Professor Toto's The Patriots Buying